expire and then be renewed every 24 hours. Is that just security? Alright. Wow. Alright, but I get to this thing by typing in HTTP.
No, you can just
and then put my. I can just put my numbers in there.
Put it in here. Most likely, what you have 192.168.1.1. Enter. It'll ask you for a username and password.
We don't have a username. We don't have a username and password.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it would be downloading cookie.
Okay. Well, maybe it is.
Well, I'm talking about. This is for the router, not the computer.
No, we don't have a password on the router. That's what.
Okay,
I was looking for.
If that's the case, then it's the default password, and you got to change that because anybody driving by will give that default password. This tells me right here, it's a WRT6110. Okay, I can go on the internet and find the default password. Boom, I'm in. I can get everything I want. This is why I have a job.
Anything you want. What you mean? It'll go. They can connect to my router and go on to my computer.
I've hacked other people's stuff here. Here, let me see the camera.
Okay, perhaps that was for next lesson.
Let's go. First turn it off. Okay, my Wi-Fi's turned off on right now. Quick settings. I said turn mobile network on. Easier to do with a laptop. Oops. Yeah, there we go. See available networks to turn on. So turn it on. Marconi's at work. Homebrew 5G. Okay, so these are all lock. Marconi's at work. So these are be easier to do if I had my laptop, only because my desktop doesn't have a wireless connection in it, or my laptop does. But see, secured with web. I've connected to that one before.
That's here.
That's just within, it could be upstairs, it could be my neighbors are here, it could be the people back here, it could be over here. It's whatever is being broadcast. It's picking up everything. So this one is a Belkin DDE. So I could probably figure out that, if this one here, the WPA signal strength is 4, but it's by the default of the name of the Belkin.
You could go to
I
the
could
website
go to Belkin's
and
website and see
password.
Find the default password. Yeah.
So what's missing in this equation for me has been there's a website for the router that contains the router information that I need to enter into all of this stuff.
Yes.
Because
there are 2 wires.
Yeah, 2 wires. And have you been there? You know about all that? Okay. See, I didn't know about all that either. And now
Did you guys get a new router? Or
no, it's the same one. But what happened was...
Did you guys change something?
Yes, he decided he would connect to the wireless.
I didn't change anything. I just prayed for I didn't change. Changing is making a change in the system. And you just click on your phone and print.
But no. Change means any change.
Well, I didn't
and the
change
change that occurred, don't get all hot and bothered, because nobody's accusing you. The change that occurred, Steve, was that he brought into the house his iPad and his phone and a wireless printer.
Okay.
And so
the correct term isn't changed, it's connected.
Okay, so we first connected the computer to the wireless printer, no problem.
Okay.
Then he brought in his iPad and connected that, and it searched for it, found everything, and connected just fine, but it bumped off the computer. It blocks the computer somehow.
So
it doesn't want to recognize. And the same with the phone. He brought in his new iPhone, it searched and found it, found the printer, so he can print from his phone or his iPad for a time until something else blocks it or gets in the way.
Okay, so what's happening there is...
Is that still on?
What?
Yes.
Yeah, it's still on. So what's happening is, in your network, each device has to have its own IP address. Nothing can be duplicated.
Alright, so I have to set up IP
So,
addresses
hold on,
for his phone,
hold
his
on,
iPad,
hold on,
mine.
Hold on,
Okay.
hold on. You can have a maximum number of users, and you can tell your router to start at a certain address. My guess at the moment is you're at 2 or 3. You know, something relatively small, so that also will, is a sense of security item, because you know what you have. You don't want anybody else, you know, connecting to it. So maybe, you know, bump this number up to 10, or I have mine at
Will it
40.
automatically create them then, and I don't
When
have to
they
do
connect,
anything?
yes.
Okay. So
That's
I don't have
what's
to
supposed to
create them.
happen.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
I can do that.
that's what this is a DHCP server. This is a server that gives out IP addresses to connecting devices, and it gives them a lease time, and it controls all that stuff.
Okay. See, and this was the reaction I would get to him from him every time I said it was his devices, that he was like, I'm not accusing you, I'm just saying that that's what happened. That's what the computer realized.
It's terminology.
When you use
The wrong word.
It's terminology.
devices, it assigns blank. Think about it that way.
Well, I wasn't very happy with it. So I was blaming him.
Better
Because he
words
just comes
is
in the house and
when
I wanted to use the
New
printer.
when new devices are
Well, he
introduced.
brings I got the printer all set up. He brings the printer home, plops it there.
Where's my tissues? I don't have them.
I got the printer all set up after he brings it home, and it worked just fine. Then he decides to come in and connect all these other things and ruins it, and
You know
then
what?
goes off to work and says, oh, I don't know. And then gets mad at me when I find out
You know what?
what it was.
You know how
and
many
then,
times I've gotten pissed off that this IT went in this group because I can't do this, or let me try doing this, and then
I was
suddenly
just
something
trying to
doesn't work.
solve the problem, and every time I told him, it's your devices that are causing. I didn't change it. I didn't do anything. I said, yes, you did. You connected them. And that's what caused the problem. I was trying to tell him, the computers are trying to figure out what's what, and they can't figure it out.
That's part of it, but
Anyway, okay, I think I got it.
okay,
At least I got portions of it.
okay.
And I think if I go to the website and I between that and probably Googling what the terminologies mean, I should be able to do it.
And that's,
If I change that D,
Chris and Tyler give me a hard time about saying, let's find out what the real question is. It's because it's all about identifying the terminology and identifying what the actual problem is. Because, like you were just saying, oh, it's because you changed something. Actually, no. The terminology is that you connected something, so nothing
And the
really changed.
okay, but the computer,
But
the function of everything changed for me.
the function of it, man. Yeah. So I can see where you're coming from in the sense
So
of, yeah,
I was
that-
like irritated because I didn't understand why
You-
something that worked.
with your phone, you want to connect to the Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
So here's, if you're doing the 5G, this is the passphrase. If you're doing just the normal, that's the web key. So do 5G.